And welcome back to more Sonic Unleashed. Last time we restored the Spagonia Temple, and headed to Pulaska once more to take care of this temple. It's kind of weird, you spend like no time in the temples, like, okay, I'm gonna demonstrate. There we go. I know I was supposed to just jump over here, but I just wanted to be fancy. I know the early game starts very slow, but it feels like once you start getting into the swing of things, the temples get restored really fast. Like, you spend like, what, 2 hours just restoring the first temple or something? But after that, then things speed up considerably, which is good. So fun fact, you can't double jump out of this. So sadly we can't cheese that medal. I tried, because I wanted to see if it was possible. It wasn't letting me double jump. I feel like this game does struggle with dropped inputs from time to time. So that's a little bit difficult when you have to rely on like lock-on mechanics, which is again why I recommend just holding B in the platforming section. Isn't there a penguin in Sonic? Like a named character who's a penguin? So he was our first, as far as I remember, our first segment, where the little, walkway, I guess is what I should call it, doesn't have any, like, handholds on the sides of them, so that's bad. We're gonna be seeing this a lot coming up soon, and every time I hate it. Because the weird, like, off-center camera means it's really hard to position yourself when walking across these narrow beams, and then if you, like, slip, then you just die, and you have to redo this combat section every time. In this case, again, luckily anything you've collected stays collected, so we don't have to worry about the medals. There's actually this one I missed, so might as well. So yeah, this game just does a lot of things that are like, again, I like the game. To some extent, I will defend the game for doing a lot of things really well. But there are quite a few little missteps that make it very obvious to me why this game wasn't like critically acclaimed at the time. Like he wasn't going into his dashing shimmy animation for some reason, right there. But yeah, this game is like fun. But it's got a lot of little problems, mostly concerning the Werehog. Which again makes me want to believe the Werehog might have been a later edition, based on how rushed some of the Werehog's gameplay features can feel. Yeah, this is like when things start becoming problematic from a level design standpoint. Again, we cannot mess this up or we die, so I'm just gonna jump over, save myself some headache. Where am I going? So the key with these is to push A when facing without pushing any directions, because if you push a direction it might mess things up, so it's just best to just push A, don't hold the direction. Problem is you have to do it fast, so that's not, like, no pressure there, right? Another problem I have is the Werehog has to pummel all of these enemies. They die to one homing attack from Sonic, so it's like, regular Sonic is tougher. And thus, by that logic, if Werehog Sonic just did like a spin dash jump or something into an enemy, would it go down way faster? This ice pillar looks really hard, but I bet fire could melt it though. Yeah, I know, but I saw this over here and I want to investigate. Moon medal. I think there are 200 medals of each kind, but you only need like, how many do you need? I want to say over 100 or something. It's not ridiculously high. It's not a ridiculously high number, but it's enough to be like noticeable and require some grinding periodically. Again, having so many collectibles is cool, and in the Werehog stages specifically, look how close these checkpoints were actually. It's like we barely did anything and we already got a checkpoint. And this music is actually pretty good. I feel like this level you get to hear the night music a lot more because there are fewer encounters and more combat areas. Or more platforming areas is what I meant. Less combat. Again, we got another checkpoint. We barely did anything. Again, some of the pacing of checkpoints definitely feels off in this level. But yeah, I should clarify when I said this is my third least favorite Werehog stage. It's largely because it's just slippery. There's a lot of points that can really get you killed easily in kind of a cheap way. Like ice slides. See, he can do like a little ball jump like regular Sonic, so why can't he just jump on enemies? I tried to go back up the slope to get the item, and I failed, so I'm gonna move on. And that worked out better than I thought it would. They respawn infinitely, but still. I want to say we're also at the end of the level, roughly. There shouldn't be too much more left. But we do have a little bit of a secret over here. Just gonna hope the enemies ignore me long enough to do this. Like so, and we get more art. And sun medal to make up for the one we passed up earlier. Yeah, there's one type of medal you need more of, and I wish I could remember which one it is so I could start playing ahead better. But yeah, we're not at my least favorite, like, 2 Werehog stages. I have 2 specific Werehog stages that I don't really like. Just for a lot of, like, cheap deaths and things like that, and there's one that's just particularly brutal to get through on your first time if you don't know one specific really tough area is optional. Yeah, I want to say this is the end, but we'll see. And the answer is, it totally isn't. Maybe you can grab onto those icicles, they look kind of fragile though. If you're wondering why this is my third least favorite, that's why. I was trying to rotate around the icicle, and then jump off. Also, by the way, every time you die here, you have to see that little scene. But yeah, basically, spinning around obstacles in a time limit is not fun. Yeah, every time you die, you have to see that little scene of Chip telling you what to do. So there's your incentive not to die in this segment. Try to play as carefully as possible. I say as I precariously jump for a moon medal. Alright, so optional secret over here. Again, you're at the mercy of the game trying to play nice with your controls. Made it though. There's also a video down here that was way riskier than it needed to be. I should have approached from the other side. I fully admit that that was just me playing way too risky. See, this is why I don't like dash combos, because you just slide all over the place in this level. Also, these orange robots are really frustrating because they shoot projectiles at you. And if there's like 4 of them in a room, they can just kind of continuously stunlock you. So yeah, this is why aerial combos are nice. We don't really have any good aerial options, though. Oh yeah, I died, so my unleash gauge reverted. Or reset, or emptied. I don't know what the term would be. But yeah, if you get comboed by these, like, lasers, you might just get stunlocked to death. It's not good. Doing a QTE on the side of a cliff isn't the best idea. Because some of them kind of launch you forward. See, like that. I could not move because all those attacks were hitting me. So yeah, ice physics and really, like, kind of lunge combos do not mix. I think of Sonic Heroes as well as having this problem, where, to some extent I prefer playing as Vector and Big to Omega and Knuckles, because Knuckles and Omega slide forward whenever they attack, and that gets me killed a lot in Heroes. And Heroes is a very slick feeling game, to be blunt. I like Sonic Heroes. I admit a lot of it is probably nostalgia, because in hindsight it's like, wow, this control's kind of bad. Very loose, and Shadow's even worse, I find. Shadow I just do not like because structurally the game is kind of a chore to slog through at times. Having to do 10 playthroughs and basically repeat 5 of them out of the 10. So that's the intended path over there, so we just kind of skipped a bunch of stuff and a checkpoint, but we have a checkpoint right there, so it's fine. So now we're at the end of the level. Looks like there's plenty of room for secrets, so let's not rush through here. I'm out of chills, so let's just use Unleashed mode to breeze through here. I feel like that's my problem with the Werehog. I like it. Like, when I first start playing Unleashed, I'm like, you know what, the Werehog isn't that bad. And then by, like, halfway through the game, I'm like, okay, maybe the Werehog isn't that great either. It's like, it's not horrible. I've played worse games, obviously, worse Sonic games even. It's definitely not great. Getting stunned like that is definitely not helping my opinion of these levels, if I'm being honest. So you want to take out the mages first. By the way, you're so stun-locked you can't even, like, go start guarding out of that. Again, I wish I had a good aerial combo. There we go, finally. Now we should be able to start making a little bit of progress towards this. And also, because these levels are so long, I feel like I've already kind of run out of things to say during them. That's another, you know, minor issue I have. It's like, what's there to talk about? I've basically explained all the mechanics. See, like, these enemies are just out of range of your good attacks, so then you have to settle for your, like, not good attacks. And it's just kind of a pain to take them out. And see, that attack looks cool, but, like, most of the hits miss. Like, if all those hits actually connect, it would be a really good move. But they don't, so it's just kind of not great. We're almost done, though. I'm trying to remember if we actually have to fight a boss here, or if it's just those. I'm not gonna do the QTE because they have way too much health at the moment, so like if I were to do it right about now would be great, just for the point bonus, so I don't get a completely abysmal rank. There we go. Really quickly though, I wanna scout the edges of the arena, try not to fall off, because if I do, then I'd have to redo that entire fight scene all over again. Yeah, we didn't do great on Sun Medals, but we did pretty good on it. Well, we found all the others, so that's good. How is it still an A rank? Is kind of my mood throughout this game. Just, how was that a good score? I don't understand. This game's ranking system is very generous, I'm discovering, for the Werehog, but extremely strict for regular Sonic. Alright, so we can move on to the Dark Moray. I like how the sound effects for Chip's cartoon feet movement continued to play long after he stopped running. Okay, that worked. Somehow. Except I'm frozen, so I can't do anything. Also a little Sonic Adventure 1 throwback with the eye frozen in ice. And moving around, kinda like Chaos, in the opening of that game. It's kind of weird to me that the opening cutscene of Adventure is like kind of a spoiler. What the heck happened? Did the canister just break? I think that's what actually happened. So these take less damage if they're not frozen, so you definitely want to freeze them if possible. This fight kind of sucks, I'm gonna be honest. It's not very fun. Basically, because picking things up is so slow in this game, and that happens, I might die here, actually. You lose health automatically when you're frozen. You just drain health. So now that the shield is gone, we do this. So now we freeze it, like so, and then we can attack its weak spots. Like so. Now rinse and repeat. If these weren't frozen, I think it would be easier. There's a lot of things that would make this fight more bearable, I think. As is, it's just kind of an exercise in frustration most of the time. Mostly you getting frozen for so long, I think is why I hate this fight so much. If it wasn't for that, it would be tolerable. I don't even remember what the fight is like on Wii. It's like there, I can't do anything. I literally can't move. And there's like no rings anymore, so I can't even heal. This is a mistake. Somehow that worked out, but still, I was not exactly thinking that would end well. And this sucks, because you have to freeze it strategically, so you can actually reach its weak spots. Now rinse and repeat once more. We need to play smarter for this last round. We actually need to time when we freeze the boss. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it freeze itself. That's definitely the best course of action there. There we go. Okay, knowing this, it's not that bad. One more. Oh, come on. It's just really badly timed there. Speaking of badly timed, that was close. Alright, so we need to play smarter here. We have to wait until it's at a low position to actually freeze it, otherwise it won't do us any good. Okay, cool. Cool game. Yeah, I very well might die here. I have so little health left. Actually, this might work. It might be low enough. Nope. Cool. We are pretty close to being at time, actually, and I don't want to stop this at the middle of a boss fight, but, Ow. Actually, that might be enough to kill us. Yeah, we died. So we're gonna call it here for now, and finish up this boss next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Sonic Unleashed.